I'm very good. Just a moment. I'm continue.
So, how is Nepal and how is everything, at your end?
Yes, everything is good. Yeah, nice to see you. Everything is good, but we are in a lockdown because of the
I know.
COVID.
Everybody is in a
Yeah,
lockdown,
lockdown.
economically as
Yeah,
well as otherwise. So,
yeah,
and I think
very hard time.
we got a good opportunity to sort of, rethink everything in the
Great.
lockdown. So
Yes, exactly,
lot of things
exactly.
happened, and I was actually looking at your discussion about this biogas and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Lloyd, right?
yeah. I know. Yeah, we are very good friends since a long time.
Sure. And I think I have got the same relationship with him. So we are very, very
Great.
good associates. And probably, I think I remember you in his strings of emails. He sends a lot of information.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. And also,
So
I
now
think last time we had a conversation between you and me before.
we had that. I mean,
Uh,
when was that?
through the online, I think through Skype or somewhere.
Correct. It could be. It could
Yeah,
be because I remember your name, but I was not able to sort
yeah,
of place you exactly. But then I revived everything when you initiated
yeah,
the discussion about, biogas and stuff like that with
right.
Lloyd. So now tell me
Yeah, Lloyd,
something.
yes.
Formally, I'm recording this meeting also because, we want to do this project, in Nepal. So please
Oh,
tell
great.
me something about your career, as to how you started, how you entered into social
Okay.
entrepreneurship and everything. So, the floor
Yeah,
is yours
yes,
from birth to date,
yes.
let me know.
Yes, sure. Thank you so much. Yeah, of course, my name is Pradeep Sapkota and I'm from Nepal. Yeah, well, my education background is I did this software engineering, bachelor in computer application, and then master's in business administration. And since
Wonderful.
2012,
Mhm.
yeah, thank you. Since 2012, I'm involving in the social enterprise like the activities.
Mhm.
Yeah, from the beginning, we started to give the ICT training to the in the community to the farmer, youngsters, women group,
Mhm.
schools, teachers, students,
Okay.
anyone.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah, and then later on, I went to the Netherlands because there is a Dutch organization called One World Citizen.
Mhm.
I'm working with them. I'm the country director for Nepal as well.
Okay.
And I have been there several times because the city office of Eindhoven, which is in the Netherlands,
Mhm.
they invited me over there to do the ICT project in Rwanda, in Africa.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and they gave us like the 4 years of the project
Mhm.
in Rwanda, and then after I went to Rwanda every year, like a
Mhm.
3 month, I stay there for 3 months every year, and we conducted the online and offline ICT training.
Wonderful.
Before I went there, I gave them the online ICT training to
Mhm.
the youngsters in
Okay.
Rwanda, in Africa.
Okay.
And later on, I went there to test their ability, the skills, and the examination, sort of like that. And
Mhm.
we make them the trainer.
Okay.
So our idea is to achieve the global goals.
Mhm.
We all have to cooperate together,
Correct.
and the local resources is very important for sustainability.
Mhm.
Local resources mean anything, like the people like you from your country, I from my country,
Exactly.
the youngsters, women group,
Mhm.
your land, your nature, they all are the local resources.
Definitely.
And if you really think in a deeper and work with the local resources, then you can feel the sustainability. That means local resources never end.
Mhm.
So
And I
that's
think that
why
is very
we,
vital, and that is what Lloyd and our Energime University team we
yeah,
define something the term glocalization. and
globalization, right?
and as a Procter
Local to
and
global,
Gamble
yeah.
manager, I'm a PNG manager basically. So
Oh,
we
great.
so PNG has global standards. They don't
Yeah,
compromise on their global standards. but
Right.
I was not able to beat India. Okay,
Mm.
because in terms of cost structure and in terms of everything else, India was
Yeah.
always ahead in the game, you know. So that
Yeah.
essentially means that implementing the global standards locally, not compromising on
Mm.
the standards, but enabling the local people to, you know. And I did the same
Right.
thing. My background is in quality assurance, basically.
Oh, great.
So I was a QA manager of, you know, Procter and Gamble, and it was my
Oh.
responsibility to train. We started off in a very difficult province of, you know, Pakistan, Balochistan, and we set it
Mm.
up our first plant over there. So my job was
Okay.
to train all the local Baluchis, you know, because they believe
Yeah.
in that.
Great.
They said that, you know, we don't
Great.
want people from foreigners. Foreigners cannot
Yeah.
really perform locally. You know, so foreigners are
Yeah.
there to, you know, do the training and stuff like that. But it's a local people which who
Yeah.
knows how to perform locally. So it's very important.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So that's why I always focus on the local things, local
Exactly.
resources.
Exactly.
So that's why while I was in Rwanda, we gave the training for the local youngsters
Okay.
because all the time I'm not able to be there to give the training. So that's
Correct.
why we produce the local
Trainers.
trainer,
Trainers. Yeah.
and the local trainers are giving the training to other trainees.
Correct.
So yeah, so in this way we are working from Nepal to Europe to Africa.
To Africa.
And in the meantime, yeah, we did the several projects, and still we are doing some research on the agriculture innovation.
Okay.
Yeah, because in the circular way, they all are interrelated to each other,
Correct.
from the human being to the agriculture or the cattle farming and the natural resources. They are
Exactly.
really
Very, very linked.
integrated each
Yes.
other. Yeah, very,
Correct.
very related. And if one part will missing there, then other part will just they can't perform.
Exactly. Exactly. And that is
Yeah, so
very
that's
important.
why,
Integration is very,
yeah,
very important.
integration. Yeah,
So
yeah.
now I
So that's
think
why it is very.
when I look at Pradeep, you know, your linkages with Netherlands in Europe, okay.
Yeah.
Currently, I do not have access to any European technologies. Okay, and I believe Netherlands, you know, cattle farming and dairy animals, and Europeans are probably, you know, quite unique and quite advanced also.
Sorry, could you please repeat me once, because of the internet, yeah, I couldn't hear what you mean.
Okay. What I was suggesting was this. My background is 100% based in North America. I got my master's in chemical engineering from Detroit, Michigan. Then I diversified
Ah,
into food science and got my PhD in food science from University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign. Then I did some postdoctoral work in Nova Scotia, Canada. So my
oh, great.
experience is all North American. And I got a little
Yeah.
exposure about UK when I was working for
Mm.
Procter and Gamble, because, you know, I used to visit UK, you know, for
Oh,
meetings and stuff like that. So now
great.
I think with your linkages, you know, to three countries, basically, Nepal,
Mm.
you're already
Yeah.
working in Netherlands, and
Yeah.
Rwanda is you've selected a beautiful, small, very, very
Yeah.
progressive country of East Africa.
Progressive. Right.
Okay,
Right.
so it's very good because I'm interested in what we have done is this, that we wanted to, you know, I introduced Lloyd to Bill Susinski of Energime University. Okay,
Okay.
and Energime University's mission was to actually transform the dairy industry of Karachi, because, you know, we have got about, we sell 10 million liter of milk every day in
Great.
Karachi, and most of that milk actually causes cancer. So, you know, I mean,
Ah.
it's a huge problem, you know, because of all the
Yeah.
contamination and stuff like that.
Right.
So we thought that, okay, I am based in Karachi, and Bill Susinski said, I'm going to get you the best technology to transform the dairy waste into value. Okay, and one of the
Mm.
technologies, which is a German technology prevailing everywhere in the world, is this biodigestion technology, which our inventor, my good friend, Dr. Paul Olivier, terms that technology as the dumbest technology developed by Germans. Germans are good
Okay.
basically in developing
Yeah, German.
technologies.
Yeah.
But he said, well, this is the dumbest invention. Obviously, he doesn't like toilets also, because he considers toilet as a more dumber invention, whoever invented the toilets, So we have got a team of very, very innovative people, okay, who think
Great.
differently. And they are not
Yeah.
just thinkers, they are engineers, basically. So they do things, okay?
Yeah.
They design the systems and they demonstrate that this is what we are after. So I am really fortunate to have, friends like Dr. Paul Olivier, and then I have got an inventor from Australia. He's the inventor of the high performance agile building technologies.
Okay.
To give you an example, I can build, about 400 homes in one day.
In one day?
In one day. Utilizing
Amazing.
one plant of this, Koto intelligent building system. So now with all these technologies with us, so we said, okay, now, nobody actually believes that these things are possible. Okay.
Right.
And when
Until it's
people,
done,
until it is done, nobody
right.
believes, right? So that is the situation that, okay, I said, okay, now everyone out there was looking for a finance. Okay, finance our project. And I was said, okay, we have to really think about that. So what I did was, from a consultant, I became an entrepreneur. Okay.
Great.
So I said, okay, I mean, I'm consulting with all the dairy farmers in Karachi. Everybody considers me as a dumb person, giving them ideas, but not really making any money. And they don't pay any consultation charges to you, and they implement what they like and they don't implement what they don't like. So I said, well, this system is not working of consultation, so we need to think differently. So I just changed my cap and I said, well, I'm no longer a scientist, engineer, and a consultant. I'm an entrepreneur. So I said, well, I made an advertisement in Karachi that I'm a buyer of 7,000 liters of milk a day. With that ad, every dairy farmer was in my door, waiting for an appointment, big buyer, big buyer, 7,000 liters a day.
So not a joke.
Yeah, so it's not a joke, So they came and then I said, okay, I'm ready to buy, but these are my specifications. Okay, meet my specifications and I am the buyer. So 99% of the, dairy farmers ran away. Only one dairy farmer said, okay, you tell me what to do, I'll do it for you. Okay. So one person was enough, to demonstrate that what I'm talking about is doable. So we actually worked with that farmer and then we enhanced his dairy farm into, this climate smart farm. And it happened, but then eventually the break came when, the largest dairy farmer in our province, basically in the old Indo Park, he has got about 200 acres and 10,000 heads of animal, a huge, huge,
huge, really very huge.
So that was my interest, that, with the 200-acre farm and, he's an entrepreneur. And I said, well, every entrepreneur is interested in making money, So I made a proposal to him that, okay, Mr. Mehman, how much do you, spend in getting rid of the waste? So he said, it's a huge problem. And, it's a headache and stuff like that. And, so I said, well, I am going to be actually, giving you some money if you give me your farm. So you don't have to really waste any money, throwing away your waste, I will take care of the waste and, you give me your farm, I will upgrade that farm. And, so we signed a contract with Energym University. I was a consultant, basically, with 5% stake in the project. And the contract was signed and everything happened. And the money was coming from Germany, actually. Okay, for the project. It was a $200 million project. And the money was coming from a bank in Germany. So Mr. Mehman said that, okay, doc, I don't think that these Americans are going to come to Karachi because, they are afraid of Karachi. So they will not come there,
Why?
I mean, it's like, because of the terrorism and this and that, and,
Oh,
clearances and number of issues. So it
yeah.
was actually, he was right. And then the other requirement which he posed was that, Mufaddal, I don't want to work with the money of the banks. I want to actually, get an equity finance or, a bank-free finance.
Yeah.
So when that happened, basically, 95% of the project came into my lap. The only part for Energym University was to provide the technology. So anyways,
Okay, great.
so that way, I got into this situation that I need to raise now $200 million to build my first campus in this 200-acre dairy farm.
Wow.
Yeah, so now
That's
200
amazing.
million for Pakistan became a challenge. I mean, nobody wanted to sort of, invest that kind of money in Pakistan. So then we developed a strategy with Mr. Susinski that, okay, we cannot come to Pakistan, 200 million is not coming to Pakistan. So let us develop a model in Texas. So now we have got a dairy farm in Texas, which is available for sale. And I've been working, with that owner for about, and I think the owner is an Indian gentleman. So
you
they
mean
are
in the US, in Texas?
in the US, in Texas.
Okay. Yeah.
So the idea was that okay, we built our model campus here. All the engineers and all the dairy farmers can be invited to come to Texas to get the training and then duplicate the model back home. So an innovative model came that, okay, since people cannot come to Pakistan or Nepal or India, because of the conditions we are living in, so we take our people, and our people are very rugged, I mean, they can survive everywhere. So, we don't have any problems,
Yeah, mostly like from the developing countries like in Nepal, India, Pakistan.
Exactly, everywhere.
They can
it's like Africa also.
In any condition. Yeah,
any
yeah,
condition.
Of course,
Africa is a very rugged country,
Yeah.
And Africans are very rugged people.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
what happened was that, anyways, we have got that site identified now in Texas. It's a Garg dairy farm. And then we say, okay, I'm going to be now investing my money. And it's easy to raise the money for a project in USA rather than a project in Pakistan. So that's how the whole transition happened. Then I was invited, to a country closer to where you are working.
Okay, which country?
And that was Uganda.
I have been there also in
Right?
Kenya, Uganda, Congo.
Yeah, exactly. It's all we're close by, all in the same region.
Yeah, very interesting.
So over there, actually Lloyd wanted me to, build these self-sustaining communities, for the Syrian refugees who came to Canada, right? So at that time, I got an invitation from this gold miner in Uganda, Mr. Kasule, and he said, okay, Mufaddal, Canadian Prime Minister is very good. He's going to take care of the Syrians, but, we need you more than Canadians, I mean, you can make a good contribution here because we need food, we need education, we need your services. So he invited me to come to Uganda. So I said, okay, I will come and, I'm ready to help the people out. And as a professor, it's my responsibility to teach everybody. And as a food scientist, it's my obligation to provide good food to people. That's a blessing I have been, awarded with. So I went to Uganda, and then when I looked at all the conditions there, I said, okay, I mean, I can do the work, but what do you have the funding? The funds was a problem, right? So, I mean, I can build a $200 million campus, which I was building in Karachi. I can build it in Kampala, so there is no problem doing it. Do you have $200 million? And then the whole proposal came. He says, Mufaddal, we don't have $200 million, but we have gold and we have diamonds. Okay, so you take the gold and diamonds, take it to Dubai, do the value addition, sell it, and bring the money back to Uganda. So that way, a unique, I mean, I got an opportunity now, all of a sudden, from an agriculture person, a climate smart professor, I became a gold and diamond miner. Because,
Very
I'm a kind of a
interesting.
person, when you are, when people of your qualification go anywhere, we have this
Yeah.
nature of studying the local systems, So basically, I started learning about what is happening, with respect to gold and diamond business. So,
Yeah.
and that actually allowed me to do the research, do the PhD basically over there. And
Oh,
I learned the system, right, by working with not the top brass of the people, but by actually going to
from the
the
grass level. Yeah.
grassroots level to figure out
Yeah.
how things
Exactly. actually
work. It was a very challenging situation, and I was told by most of the people who knows me in Africa, they
Yeah.
told me that, Mufaddal, you are in a lion's den, and I'm not sure whether you're going to be coming back from Uganda alive. Okay, so they were very scared with the kind of people I was working with. So I said, well,
Yeah.
I am capable of taking care of myself. I'm a martial artist, and I know how to take care of myself.
Yeah.
So
Great.
when I go anywhere, I get prepared. I don't go unprepared. So I've been trained by one of the gentlemen who came from Burma, to Karachi,
Oh.
and he's an expert in the Bando karate. You know how it is very difficult to
Oh,
survive in
good.
Burma, with the conditions
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
So everybody is a very good martial artist over there. And one of those
Okay.
Burmese martial artists, came to Karachi, and they trained me,
Ah.
in
Oh,
doing number of
fantastic.
things. So I'm
Yeah.
actually a martial artist also. So I know, I can take care of myself, So I said, well, no
Yeah.
issues, no worries, I have an experience of, working in Detroit, Michigan, and people in Uganda is like, small insects when I compare it to the
Yeah.
huge, uh, 7-footer guys in Detroit, Michigan,
Yeah.
they are more rougher than,
More of it. Yeah.
people in people in Uganda. So
Uganda,
anyways,
right.
I enjoyed my 40-day stay over there. And then we developed this concept of bridging the gap, because this gentleman actually said that, okay, NGOs do not really make that big an impact. Okay.
Yeah.
Because, we do good work, but then nobody pays attention to you. So he
Right.
said, okay, instead of really, making an NGO, this gentleman was intelligent enough, to build a bridge party. Okay? So it's a bridge party, is a political party. All right.
Okay.
So he said, okay, I am going to be, one day if I do good work and help everybody out, with your help, doctor, I'm going to be becoming the president, and then we can do things in a much better way, So I said, okay, it sounds good. I like the concept,
Yeah.
The concept was
Yeah.
good. And I said,
Yeah.
I'm going to help you, and I'm going to be working with you. And that actually, at the meeting ended, because when I talked to my folks in Kenya, they are actually very economically vibrant, people in Kenya, I know. So they told
Yeah.
me, Mufaddal, that your food business is fantastic, but this gold business is very, very risky. Okay. So we will not be actually helping you out with your gold business. You are on your
Okay.
own with respect to gold business. So, anything else you need, we will help you with. So anyway, that program of exporting the gold, which was available in
Yeah.
Kampala to Dubai, didn't work out,
Yeah.
because,
Ah.
they needed the money to pay the taxes and, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I said, well, my community is not supporting me. And, so now,
Then.
so they gave me the mandate for the gold and diamond they had, official mandate. And with that official mandate, I went to Dubai.
Okay.
And, the mandate was huge, 5 tons of gold and,
Yeah.
100,000 carats of diamond and everybody. So all of a sudden, people treated me like a very big shot, and I was
Yeah.
in the best hotel in UAE, and all these big gold players used to come and meet me over there,
Amazing.
So anyway, these
What
are
a
all
life.
the
Yeah.
beauty of social entrepreneurship,
Yeah.
you get into things, which you never expect. So
Yeah.
anyways, I knew everybody in Dubai, and then I found out in Dubai about these particular people whom I was working with, and they were really pleased that, Doc, you are alive. We thought that you will never come alive of this gang. and they told me about all the gold scams which is happening. Okay, so this particular actually group, okay, whom I was working with, was also
In
involved
Kampala.
in Kampala, was also
Yeah.
involved in something which is known as Entebbe scam in Dubai.
NTBS.
Entebbe is the airport, you know, Kampala airport.
Ah.
So the scam was like this, that okay, I saw the gold myself, okay, and the gold is there. Okay, you see the gold physically yourself, and you're all you're sure, okay, I mean, there's everything is fine. So now you know, you are asked to pay 7% export tax and everything, you know, and they complete all the documentation, etc., for you, okay, and you are okay, you're 100% sure that now the gold is going to be, you know, shipped to Dubai. You know, it
Dubai.
will be
Yeah.
asset in Dubai, and the balance payment will come from Dubai to Uganda.
Ah.
So, I mean, if you're getting a gold just for 7%, paying taxes, you know, it's a great deal. So everybody thought that this is fantastic. People fall into that trap. But once the money is paid, gold never leaves Entebbe.
Ah.
And then when you try to claim the money back, you know, the answer you get is you want to live here or you want to go up. Make a choice.
Yeah.
Okay,
Tragedy.
forget about you know, what happened, and you know, keep your mouth shut. Otherwise, we will take you, you know, to the heavens.
Up or down.
Okay. So anyway, I mean, a lot of people got actually fall into that trap, and I was really fortunate. I was part of that same thing, same process, you know, and I learned, because you know, as a professor, you learn, you know, and then there were some good people, you know, who helped me out, because I know a lot of Canadians, you know. I mean, there was a gentleman by the name of William Danshan, and his associate was in Uganda at that time, and that became a big savior for me, because he knew the system, you know.
Okay.
So I said, well, you know, and he actually, you know, 3 months ago, he died basically. So I miss that gentleman very much, you know. Horace David was his name. And so anyways, so I mean, with that experience, you know, I got the experience of Africa. Now today the status is this, that I've incorporated my company SAMS TQLMA Limited in Uganda. Okay, it's formally as a foreign direct investment company there. Okay, and we have also incorporated our company in Sierra Leone. These are the two countries, small countries, where you get a lot of gold and diamond, you know. And so, you know, now we are formalized the business. To avoid this scam, I said, well, we have to build our own company. We buy the gold locally, you know, from the genuine people. Okay, and then we export it ourselves, so there is no doubt in terms of anybody scamming us, you know. So that's how, after all the learnings, you know, we arrived at that. So now I want to duplicate, and what happened was that in the C4 group, which Lloyd has created, you know, we had a lot of discussion, you know, for about 3 months or so, as to how we are going to be solving this problem. Okay, and I was part of all that discussion. So then, you know, I had a meeting with Kyocera. It's a wonderful Japanese company. Okay, and I told them that, okay, I'm buying this Buffalo gold mine in USA. Okay, and since I'm in the gold and diamond business, all the gold and diamond people come and offer their, you know, situation. So gold mines are very difficult to operate and maintain and stuff like that. And gold mines are available for sale also. So one of these gold mine was available to us, and they were asking, it's a $2 billion asset over there, Pradeep, and they were just asking me for 110 million. So, I mean, I got a great deal, you know. So, I mean, I just throw out a challenge that, you know, I like 110 and, you know, can you get this? I thought, I mean, the guy is going to run away, you know, but it became serious. And actually the gold miner accepted my offer. Okay, but okay, I'm going to sell it to you for 110 million. So I said, well, that's good now. So we are actually now, we know that we can buy a $2 billion asset worth gold mine for $110 million. It's like 5-7%, you know, of the total amount. So then this whole plan came that, okay, I am an educator. So I don't want to sell the gold mine to Sheikh Mohammed or some big people, you know. They are there, they buy these assets, you know, these kind of assets. So I said, I'm not interested in doing that, but I want to actually distribute this to say 2 billion mothers. Okay,
Okay,
it's a
yeah,
$2 billion
nice.
mine. And I said, well, there are 2
Mm,
billion mothers in the world. So if I
amazing.
actually make them the owners of the gold mine, all the families will be uplifted.
Yeah.
So that is what happened. And then anyways, so now Pradeep, what we have, in conclusion is this, that I want to duplicate this Uganda model in Nepal. I'm looking for
Mm,
countries like Nepal, because Nepal is a beautiful country, okay,
yeah.
and an ideal country to set up a university campus.
Yeah.
Okay, and the model which I have from India is, Aligarh Muslim University is a very established university in India. Okay,
Mm.
and I am in direct connection with them because our religious leader is a chancellor of that university. Okay,
Oh, great.
so that means that
So
all
you
the
you you set up the university in Uganda as well?
we are planning to do it. I've got 3 cities now. Okay,
So now you are planning.
I'm planning to do that, and sites have been
Okay.
identified. We are working with the for the FDI status from the government, and I think we'll get it very soon, because
Okay,
the
great.
government is ready to. At that time also, I met the government officials; they were ready. Says bring in the
Yeah.
foreign direct investment, we'll give you land and everything. So now
Yeah.
we are actually in the process of executing it in Uganda.
Okay.
Okay, so
And one
that is the
question,
plan.
the university, on which course mostly you are focusing, like on the
Well, I mean, it's the
engineering
same
field?
thing, I'll share what Dr. Paul Olivier developed. It's the same
Oh, okay.
model of Energime University, that we don't want to
Okay.
teach regular things to the
Mm.
students. But then,
Yeah.
I mean, I want, when they join my program is unique. Okay, Gamba program is very unique in a way that, okay, generally the MBA program is about, I think you have got an MBA, the cost of the program,
Yeah.
so it's about like
Yeah.
53,000 in USA, it's
Mm.
$53,000. So I'm offering that program for $7,200 US, So it's an
Mm.
executive program. And the
Yeah.
gentleman who STEM graduates who actually joined my program actually works for me. Okay. So I
Mm.
have got the $7,200 from them, which I invest in my project. So it's a self-financing in a way. Okay. So I've got a
Yeah.
seed funding, and then I will actually train all those students in my climate smart farming, agriculture, and everything. And
Great.
Dr. Paul
Great.
Olivier in Vietnam, they are in Vietnam. Both of them are in Vietnam. Dalat is another
Okay.
wonderful place, in Vietnam, similar to Nepal.
Mm.
Okay. So
Ah.
that is also one of the destination. But I think
Yeah.
it will be difficult for people to travel to Vietnam from people from India, Pakistan, and everywhere. So that is the reason
Ah.
I'm looking for a country like Nepal. If we set up a
Okay.
similar campus in Nepal, wonderful
Mm.
place, in the Himalayan mountains, in
Yeah.
that area.
Yeah. In the hilly
And
area. Yeah. Right.
yeah, so that way, we can enroll all these 53,000 students basically, and this
Mm.
campus will be actually a 53,000 family campus. That's a design.
Oh.
Okay, so
Yeah.
one site will
Amazing.
have 53,000 families. We will build 110 home self-sustaining communities, and there we are. I mean, and these families will build their own 5G proof homes. They will be living in
Mm.
their own homes, and they will be operating our Wheel of Life Farm School, and all these
Yeah.
current best technologies will be demonstrated physically for people to
Absolutely
see.
great. Yeah.
So that way everything became self-sustaining. So what we need
Yeah.
from you is this, and one of the in the conclusion, what I want to say is this, that this concept of Sheikh Akbar Ali Mirza SAM Climate Smart Trust came from the meeting which I had with Kyocera, because they are
Mm.
actually putting in their CSR money, for the
Okay.
projects. Okay, because every
Yeah.
company has a CSR budget. Okay, so
Yes, you're right.
now, so what I'm doing is Sam's Climate Smart Trust is actually enhancing that fund by 5% by converting that
Okay.
fund into our pure gold coin, which we are selling
Yeah.
it to everybody at, LBM minus 2%. So 5%
Mm.
immediate benefit. Whatever money your
Okay.
NGO has in Netherlands or any global NGOs, I made that offer to
Mm.
everybody. You
Yeah.
actually become SAMS TQLMA Club member, and all your funds will be enhanced by 5%. And also I will invest, because, SAM
Mm.
Climate Smart Trust accumulates all the gold profits into that fund, and that fund is available for financing all the projects.
Yeah.
So we can help both ways by enhancing the current available fund of all NGOs by 5%, and then whatever balance they need to execute a project, we can support them also with the additional fund. So that is a summary in the nutshell. And you have had your lunch. My wife is inviting me for a breakfast, which I'm going to be enjoying with my daughter. So I think with that we conclude. And what I want to do is I will share this recording, I think, with everyone. And I love your concept: Nepal, Rwanda, and Netherlands.
Yeah, Kenya. Yeah, we are also doing the project in Kenya as well.
So
Kenya,
what
Rwanda,
is very simple.
and Iraq,
Pradeep, is simple.
in Kurdistan.
All your students everywhere. You are an ICT person, right? All your students everywhere can join Gamba. We will train them in climate smart agriculture, climate smart construction, everything else. And I need your technology, software. Okay. What we need to do is, and the challenge is this. And I have a challenge for you. I have a challenge for you. Okay. The challenge is this. Okay. Kyocera is going to build a data center for me, right? In our campus.
Okay.
Right. Now we need all the software people who can maintain the eWallets of 2 billion mothers and 7 billion residents.
Yeah.
So that is a project which all the software people can participate in using holochain technology. Okay, so the technology, current base available technology is a holochain technology. We will use the holochain technology to maintain the eWallets. Okay, so that is the job of all the ICT people.
ICT part, yeah.
So engage everybody.
And
they will do that. They will be operating the data center. Building, operating, and maintaining the data center will be the job of computer engineers as well as the software people. And then every other engineering discipline will be utilized, to build our campuses.
Yeah, I have the very good network here in the Switzerland, also in Netherlands, here in Nepal as well.
Wonderful.
On the software engineering, we can do that. And also at the moment, I'm doing the research on the agriculture innovation.
Okay.
So myself, here I am making some prototype devices for the automation for the greenhouse.
Okay. Now I tell you, I will stop you, Pradeep. I will stop you there. I will stop you there. Okay. I'll tell you this, that, okay, you continue the work. Okay.
Yeah.
After studying what Dr. Paul Olivier wants us to do. Okay. Because we have currently have the current best available climate smart agriculture technology which is available in the world. We can teach something to the people of Netherlands also. It is not being currently practiced in Netherlands, okay, which we will practice. Okay. So what we need to do is, we apply everybody's wisdom, whatever projects we are doing. I am going to be enhancing that project and making it climate smart.
Great. So what we can do is that, I think you are going for breakfast, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was there, but I want to conclude this in a concluding note so that, we move to the next step.
Yeah, because my mobile battery is also just 5% remaining. So what?
Wonderful. So what we will do is, Pradeep, what we will do is this. You actually, what organization you are working with now, okay, your Netherlands organization, we sign a joint venture agreement with that NGO, okay, and that NGO's fund will be enhanced by 5%. We will apply our collective wisdom and experience, and then together, collectively, we execute the projects in all the countries where you are operating currently, which is Netherlands, Nepal, and Rwanda.
Well, listen, regarding to the Dutch organization, I'm working there as a technical head, and also the one core member of that organization. And here in Nepal, I have the own research and innovation center.
Wonderful.
So what we can do is that between our research center and let's do some demo project as a pilot project.
Wonderful.
And in the meantime, and in the meantime, we can invite other international organizations because they all want to see the results, not only in the theoretically.
I like it.
So that's
I love it.
Yeah, so that's why here I registered since two and a half years ago, the Research and Innovation Center.
Okay.
So I'm making some prototypes, some innovative things,
Okay.
by which you can see how
Okay.
it works, and
Wonderful.
then it makes easier to approach to other.
Exactly. I love it. I like it. And, you know, and I think in a summary also what our focus of Gemba is, don't talk about things. Whatever you learn today, you apply today.
Yeah, absolutely. So
this is very important.
we have to.
So actually,
Yeah,
most of the things are
important.
practical. People will be actually testing things out in just in time. Okay, not after 1 month or 2 months of learning.
Yeah, like you said in our previous conversation, you said nobody can believe about that university.
Exactly.
Because until it is done, nobody can
nobody will
believe.
say,
So that's,
you know, so that is the reason I'm saying, okay, it's my fund, our money. We raise our own money utilizing our technologies, you know, as a consultant, and, you know, we sell our products. One of the products I'm actually, when you look at this video I did, you know, one of the products I have with this Balochistan company I am actually buying is, you know, these tracking devices to track the person as well as the vehicles needed by everybody.
Great.
So we make money using the technology, and then, you know, that profits then, or the CSR money of our company then can be utilized, you know, to do all the projects. So it's a self-financing projects.
Yeah. So what we can do is that let's make another conversation maybe after your breakfast.
Okay.
Or something like that. I have a time today. I can talk with you.
Wonderful.
And let's make a plan to do the agriculture innovation, this project here in Nepal. In the meantime, we can do so many things together by the help of the Lloyd and Enzyme University and other climate smart agriculture concept.
Definitely.
Because here I have already the demo center, I have my parents' land, I have the greenhouse. So now we are in the pilot
how
project.
much acreage do you have?
It is not that acre, just half acre. I have, my parents have. But in my community, we have 29 acres of the land, so we can use that.
So I think with that note, we will conclude that we will do a joint venture agreement. I am going to be building my first Wheel of Life farm school in your property. Okay. If half an acre is there, I can take care of that part, or if a larger area is there, it's good.
Yeah, or what we can do is that in the hilly area, in a cheap price, we can buy the land in a cheap price.
No problem.
So,
you identify a land, say from 5 acres to 200 acres, you know, in Nepal, and we will select the site and, you know, start the project.
Yeah.
So, can do it immediately.
Yeah. So let's make a conversation, the next conversation, and let's have a conversation again.
Now we'll have a working meeting after this meeting, and in 1 hour we meet again, and you know, then work out a working plan basically as to how we will move forward.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. Let's meet after 1 hour. Thank you.
We meet after 1 hour.
Bye.
Okay. Okay. Bye bye.
Goodbye. Take care.